Hello and welcome back from wherever you're watching. My name is Neerav.
I'm Aden.
I'm Linus, and as always, we're the social point, here to give you a lighthearted spin to discussions of social issues around the world.
And with that said, let's get on with today's topic, the challenges of mental health education.
Oh boy, mental health. Certainly something that is often overlooked, and sometimes some people you don't even bring much attention to it. But then, speaking of mental health, this year has been difficult for a lot of us, and for everyone who's watching, we hope that you're all doing well. But Linus and Neerav, since we just started school today again, so how are you guys feeling about that?
Well, a bit happy, I guess. I get to see my friends, so my mental health is definitely up because I have gone a bit psycho during online classes, sitting home all day and stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, mood. How about you, Linus?
definitely, yeah.
I mean, it's it's better to see people because in online school you get to talk to people, but it doesn't really feel it doesn't feel the same way as talking to people in person. And you should say, yeah, being able to talk to some of my friends in person is quite good after so long being isolated in my room.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because some people like online. You can adjust your schedule all you want. But then for me, I don't like it so much because I crave social interaction personally, and I think that mental health, especially during the current pandemic and everything that's been going on these few years, it just takes a toll on us, especially on teenagers. You want to see what I found? It says, according to this article, mental health problems are common and often develop during childhood and adolescence, and 46% of teenagers and 13% of children suffer in some way or another. What do you guys think of this metric? It's huge.
Yeah, sound. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with this data, honestly. Um, sometimes when I go on the internet and interact with people similar to our age, um, they, when we talk about our experiences, it's pretty similar, and we always go through some rough times, and I feel like the feeling of um the fe- like the feeling of anxiety and being worried about studies or friends or just being not knowing what to do in general is a pretty universal feeling. And although some people would say that's it's just a phase, I would feel um like like this stressful experience being normalized these days is actually some sort of a problem that we really should address.
Hmm. I would say I'd have to agree because some people, sometimes even parents, which I find is shocking, they're just like, oh, oh, just get over it. You'll get over it soon enough. But honestly, I don't think it's that simple. Mental health education is something that is often easily overlooked because I'd say it's just there's just not much education that's about it, and there's not much of a quote unquote need that is claimed by some because just look at schooling, the education system. Oh boy, that's a whole discussion in itself. But they don't really talk about mental health that option, and we are already lucky to be in a school that already talks about stuff like mental health and how to deal with anxiety and stuff like PSE. Right? Do you actually think that is helpful for you guys at all?
I'd say at times, yeah, it could be helpful. There have been times that it's definitely helped. Sometimes I just feel like it's unnecessary, but not quite unnecessary. I'm just like not in the mood for it per se, I guess, because it's just too much to hear about. It's crazy. It just brings me down hearing more about it. I guess that's my opinion. It affects people in different ways, but yeah.
Mm. But how are you guys feeling so far? Like right now or within this period of time, from a scale of 1 to 10, how do you guys feel?
Um, Wait, one being good or bad?
One being bad and 10 is amazing.
Five.
Hmm. Near, how about you?
Um,
Everything is not collapsing, but it's not good.
Hmm. I see.
it was a good day back, I'd say. So I'm feeling a good seven or eight today.
Yeah, I'd
Like
have to give myself a 8 or 9. So,
yeah, that's wonderful to hear.
I'd say that is me personally most of the time now because let's be real. we can't be happy 100% of the time. We are always gonna have roller coasters in life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I
But I
think the
mean,
important thing is we have to recognize our and come to terms with our emotions and understand why we cope the way it is. Because as far as mental health goes, I feel from my experience talking with online friends, like some of them they're either depression, anxiety, and I'd say that they've improved quite a bit this over the time I've been talking to them, and that's because I've been telling them to be more aware of their emotions, and they shouldn't feel so ashamed about it. Because let's face it, do any of you guys feel like really bad or feel like you're an embarrassment when you show emotion sometimes?
Yeah, I feel like um this I don't know. I feel like the environment that we're brought up in, it does feel kind of like you really just should be like robotic.
What do you mean by robotic?
Like you just do as you're told. You're like not supposed to like argue or like show any sort of emotion and whatnot. And like even if you do show emotion, like just show happy. That's it.
Oh, I see. Uh, okay, but then, because I was always thinking, is mental health treatment a big kind of a stigma to you guys, or is it? Do you think there's a lot of misinformation about it, or is it just a
Oh,
simple thing?
definitely too much misinformation about it these days. I feel like a lot of the times when you mention like mental health treatment, it's people immediately think of like when they're like sitting in a chair and talking about stuff and take notes, you know, dream stage, just someone popping a ton of serotonin pills. But I feel like it's not really accurate of what mental health treatment should be. Sometimes I feel like um, it's just a light-hearted conversation can like really go a long way.
Oh, I see. But Neerav, have you had any personal experiences with like mental health issues or anything? If you don't feel comfortable talking about it, of course, there's no need. I'm not gonna push you to say anything about it.
um, yeah, no, there are times like I've not had to, but like I talked with our school nurse a few times, and it's just like when I'm feeling pressured, all I really need to get back on my feet is just like a nice heartfelt talk with somebody that understands or at least will listen to what I have to say.
Huh. I think my way personally of coping with like mental health issues, like some days I'm feeling really down, I feel really emotional, but way of coping strategy is like thinking on the more positive side. Like I've always tried to like many years ago I promised myself that I would try my best to maintain a strong mental attitude. And the way I know it sounds difficult, especially we're in 2020 and 2021, and you guys obviously know what a year it's been, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my way of thinking about it is reminding myself of happiness and what you're grateful for. For example, what are you guys grateful for?
Definitely the friendships I've built over this time period. Like I've become more of an extrovert compared to the start of COVID. Like I used to be keeping everything to myself. Now I'm talking a lot. I'm hanging out a lot with friends. So it's much better for my mental health for one.
Yeah, I think it's good. We should try our best to avoid bottling up those feelings because they come back to bite easily. And as you said, I that's what I like to do as well. Because for me, I'm very grateful about the connections that I have with people, and I'm grateful for my friends, of course, because they've always been there to support me. So it always reminds me that I'm surrounded by good groups of people that I can rely on, and I found myself to be more expressive in a sense and just be more recognizing about where my feelings were.
I mean, I feel like it's also important to like go around and like just sometimes you have to be there for your friends when like they need a vent as well, and you need to like be there to talk to them. And I feel like it's very important to because sometimes they try to hide it and it's not very obvious that they're going through a rough phase. So I guess the best way to like approach them isn't just to like go in their faces and tell them that I think you have a problem. I think just showing that there is someone there like that is like genuinely like it cares about them or like concerned about them sometimes, I feel like it would really help with someone's mental health.
Mm. Because my personal experience with mental health, well, not for myself personally, but with others, because I have cousins and people I know because of my younger cousin. What happened is, well, he was diagnosed with autism when he was, I would say, 1 to 2 years oldish. So through there, I connected with a lot of younger children that similar to his kind of condition. Like I think it's really challenging for those kids because it's like imagine how we feel if you couldn't tell someone how you feel, and imagine if a kid told asked you what is happiness. How would you feel about that?
It's rough. I'm not sure, like, 'cause I guess we sometimes like take certain things like our ability to express ourselves so granted. It's really difficult to like step into some the shoes of someone like that.
Hmm. But just how important do you think this really is, though?
It would be extremely important. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Neerav, what do you say?
It'd be extremely important. Yeah, I'd feel upset like just hearing someone ask me what's happiness, like just emotions rushing out, and I like at that moment I would honestly try to not just explain it, but like do some deed, I guess, like show them what happiness is, maybe play a game with them real quick.
Oh yeah,
Like
of course. Like what makes you guys happy? Like what do you do to take your mind off things other than what we talked about earlier?
well, it's the same things that improve my mental health. It's hanging out with friends most of the time or playing cricket that improves it a lot.
Mm. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, cricket, like you mentioned last time. Good old family
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm probably gonna be mentioning it like every podcast.
Man of
Correct.
culture. No pun intended. Linus, how about you? Anything in particular that takes your mind off things?
I guess just going online, like talking to people, go on Twitter, look at memes, and play some video games. It really helps. At least for like a short while, it really helps you forget some of the problems.
Huh. What makes me happy? Well, either like I'm doing my own thing with computers and stuff, and I'm also like I'm often you'll find me vibing and listening to music. So I think for me that's what helps me take my mind off things. And I just think that schools worldwide should take much more notice to students' mental health, and it's not even just about students, but people in general. What do you say?
Yeah. Well, I've seen like some memes online also talk about this. You know how schools they sometimes say, "Oh yeah, mental health is important." Yeah, and then they give you like 3 hours of work every single day. Feel like I'm not saying that like they should just like give up work and let us play video games till the end of time. But what I am saying is I feel like there should be a bigger focus on like the students' mental health and like well-being when setting work and like setting up a curriculum.
Hmm, I think that's an interesting approach that we would take. And let's see. I think we're just about out of time, so I think that's all we're gonna really talk about today. But long story short, look after yourselves, people, and over here at the Social Point, we all hope that you guys are all doing well. And thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. So see ya.
See you guys again.